All right, folks, welcome to another edition of Clash of the Podcast. This edition, we're going to be talking about WWE Backlash, some wrestling news, all that and then some. So make sure you guys hit that like button for us, do us a good favor, and come into the chat and talk. We have our poll up here for you guys to vote in for what you guys would grade WWE Backlash. Me and Sean have not talked about this, so I am fairly interested in seeing what he has to say about this show. Sean, I don't have much else to say here for this intro.
I mean, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. You know what I'm saying?
R.I.P. to Ted Turner.
R.I.P. to Ted Turner, 100%. I turned 40 yesterday, which is crazy.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Oh man, so
Sean, it is your birthday.
You know what? Rest in peace to my grandma, because she always would say, and here I'm gonna throw that line at you right after I say this, and I want you guys to internalize this. Getting old sucks, but the alternative is worse. With that being said, Conrad, drop that thing.
Welcome, everybody. I'm putting that poll back up for you guys. You guys can vote. Just type in the number in the chat, and it will automatically pull it up for us so that we can see what's going on with that.
I put a poll up, and she started dancing.
Sean, I gotta do a little victory lap here, though, real quick. This was a off the topic conversation, we'll say. How about those Knicks, man? Didn't I tell you not to worry?
Told me not to worry.
You should have been more worried if the Celtics made it. Then I would have been like worried. But once I saw that, I was like, oh, they might be going to the Eastern Conference chip. Like, it might be a wrap.
Yeah, you called it, man. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't as confident. I'm a lifelong Knicks fan, man. When you've been a lifelong when you're a Knicks fan as long as I've been, you kind of expect the worst and hope for the best. So, I'm really excited about where we are. I think the dream scenario is actually starting to take place, where we can have hopefully a nice long, what's the word I'm looking for? A nice long, hard fought series between the Cavs and the Pistons, right? That can end up having the Knicks be in a situation where they are super well rested and ready to rock and roll. And we need a championship, man. At 1973, before your mom thought of you, before my mom thought of me, 1973, Walt Clyde Frazier, rest in peace to the late great Willis Reed, Phil Jackson, Dave DeBusschere, there's Earl of Pearl Monroe. These are the legends, man. I came up in a time, me and Conrad came up in a time where Patrick Ewing, John Starks, and Charles Oakley and Anthony Mason were ruling New York, but unfortunately we couldn't get over the hump. And then in 1999, we had a team that was going up against the San Antonio Spurs, David Robinson and Tim Duncan, where we just knew, even though we got to the finals, it was nice to see Spree and Allen Houston and Charlie Ward get to the finals, but we knew we weren't going to win that. So now we're on the cusp of something great. I think we will win the Eastern Conference. And I think we're going to go head-to-head with either San Antonio or Oklahoma City. And all I'm going to say is it's not going to be easy. But as we sit right now, my brother, we are 8 wins away.
There you go. That's the positive attitude you got to have. Yeah, and the West, it's heating up over there, man. Really good. I don't know. Someone's got to tell me, is Wemby suspended a game, or is he suspended for the rest of this series?
Well, this is news to me, because did he get suspended?
Yeah, for the elbow to the head.
Whoa. Timeout. Rewind. He got ejected in game 4. You're telling me he's suspended for game 5?
Yeah, one person told me it's one game and someone else told me it's the series. So I don't know which one it is.
Bro, do you know what this means? It means your boys are going back to the Western Conference Finals.
Maybe. We don't know yet. maybe.
Wow.
Because if it's only one game, then it's just one game. But
yeah, but if it's one game, that means that Minnesota can go up 3-2.
They could.
Yo,
are you serious though?
Listen, bear with me, Conrad. I'm being genuinely serious right now. Wemby's suspended?
I heard so. I heard that he was out for a game. Let me just
tell
me I'm crazy.
See, Guy Will Gamble is saying he got ejected, but no suspension. That's
no
what
suspension. Okay, listen. I told
Guy
you.
Will Gamble and Rob, like that's what I heard. Like I know
you got reliable sources for the record.
No. You're fine. He got ejected, but I didn't hear about a suspension.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Rob said he might have got a fine too, but
okay. Because if he got suspended, that would be front page news.
Yeah, that elbow was hard, but I don't think he did. I don't think it was malicious as
he did it on purpose. I don't think he's a malicious player, but he did that on purpose.
I'm saying he did out of frustration. I don't think it was like I'm about to.
Yeah. Suspension. That I was watching SportsCenter this morning. I didn't hear nothing about no suspension.
Yeah, I was just playing, and this is my fault. I was playing NBA 2K, and people were talking about it. I'm like, what? When did this happen? I was like, I gotta ask Sean on the show.
You're good.
Yeah. So, man, we got a tight run in here for this Backlash poll, man. Interesting. Very interesting, we'll say. Joel jumping right up to the top of the chat with a $2 super chat. Happy Monday, guys. Really enjoyed Backlash.
Happy Monday to you too. Not sure what you enjoyed.
Yeah, that seems to be the sentiment, though, for a lot of people, Sean. We're going to talk about it.
Not my sentiment.
Okay. All right. BJ's in the house. He said, after watching how this story played out, how we got another should have been a DQ spot in the back-to-back Roman matches and its aftermath, I don't trust Triple H to book any bloodline-related story. Ooh.
Everybody loves the BJ. That's just his name on social media. Relax.
It is. Shout out to Professor BJ. Clown says, afternoon, everyone. What happens first? The voting for Cena title gets hijacked. Someone who has no business winning, or it becomes part of our apparent that our vote doesn't matter and WWE rigged it. We'll talk about that, Clown, I promise.
Vinny. 4 tweezy, and then the only Vinny we like.
There we go. He says, happy Monday. God bless. Jesus loves y'all, chat. Roman's new schedule just tells me he thinks them leaving the States for Italy, then flying to Saudi a week later is pointless, LOL. The perks of being a star, bro. Perks of being a star. I don't know what else to say to that.
Neither do I. Chloe.
Go ahead, Sean. Take over.
What's up, Conrad, Sean, and chat? Your boy Sir closes back again to enjoy two of my favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 193 of the Best Wrestling Podcast. Out today, Clash of the By God Podcast. Hashtag EPW. Hashtag HWW. Backlash 2026. I saw this the next day, was actually surprisingly okay, with some good in the ring action, actually giving time for for that, as well as certain question marks, as well as things that weren't needed. Fair enough.
Matt Lopez.
Breezy, Faux, Sheezy. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. Let's kick the week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community, Conrad and Sean. Let's do it. He says Backlash was good. Off Rollins and Breaker match of the night, and EO versus Asuka, and U.S. title was better than Mania. I mean, look, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't like it, bro.
Interesting. T-Ferg said, what's good, fellas? Hope everyone had a good weekend. I'm interested in your thoughts about AEW Fairway to Hell. I think it should be an annual show, maybe 1 year Augusta National. I don't know if they'll get to that level, but I heard tickets were fairly cheap from people who went. Someone said it was like 30, and someone who sat close said it was only $100. So did you happen to catch the show, Sean? I do have pictures of it, but
I did.
Yeah, what'd you think? Did you like the venue at least? Like, was it cool?
It was all right. I mean, nothing spectacular. They've done better, but it wasn't bad.
I like it's unique though. It's kind of like
different. It was different.
I think they should incorporate a charity golf tournament or something within it and make it worthwhile. I think you can make some money off of that. We've got Miracle in the house.
I'm searching for a miracle. Believe the impossible.
He said, what up to my favorite podcast tag team, Kyron and Sean? As always, looking forward to discussing some wrestling with you in the chat. It's official. WWE has no soul. Welcome to our world. I've said that for a minute. Guy Will Gamble said, was good, everybody. Let's go, Knicks.
You ain't lying. 8 more.
Ray Thompson, happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a good weekend. You
Same
too,
to you,
Ray.
Ray. Same to you.
Yes. Backlash, you could actually enjoy the match times. Look at that. Backlash, I knew Ray. I think Ray's that A. I didn't see. Oh, no. Guy Will Gamble definitely might have been it. But Ray said Backlash was a surprisingly good show. I enjoyed it but it wasn't super memorable. The wrestling on the show was very good. It just lacked moments. Interesting. Pro Wrestling Shoot, what's good? He said about time. Take it easy. Oh, look at I doubted you, Ray. I apologize. Spoiler alert, Backlash was that's Jesse. MJB in the place to be said, yo, squad.
Let's get it percolating while you're waiting in this dancery.
I always gotta hit that dance how Mary J did. You share the same birthday as my cousin, Sean. Nice.
Well, happy birthday to your cousin Miracle.
Yes, I had to make sure I had to send Sean that text early. He was probably getting hit up everywhere.
It was all right. I did okay.
T Ferg said, happy belated birthday, Hubs.
Thank you.
People are yelling sweep in the chat.
They did their thing.
Yo, my man Kevin said 76ers need to trade Joel Embiid.
Well, Kevin, you know what the problem with that theory is? Joel Embiid makes $58 million a year. So if you want to pay somebody $58 million who can't run or move laterally, be my guest.
Wow. Coming in with the breakdown. Clown said, sad news for collectors. Jazwares is out of the AEW action figure business on Friday, laid off the entire staff behind the product. I did see that. Hope sending them some positive vibes and best wishes here. I don't know if that means AEW's done with action figures or if they're moving on to somewhere else. If someone sees it or hears about it, send it my way. Jocelyn said, evening all to
my way. You sure look good to me. Come
it's
on.
gonna be one of them shows.
Swing it my way. Shorty swing my way. What up, Josh?
She said, evening, today is our anniversary. It's our anniversary. 11 years on the 11th. Yeah, we got. Where's your drink over there, buddy? We gotta check his drink out.
Do you know what today is? Come on, Jocelyn. I know you're singing it.
It's all good. I know she's gonna catch us on the flip side, but I hope you guys are enjoying your anniversary. Shout out to you both.
Yes,
Kevin said, "Do not sleep on Bronny James." Don't troll them, Kevin. Don't troll them, brother. Yeah. I've been having some fun with my cousin who was like, "Yeah, I think they could." Nah, buddy. What did Rob say here? Heck of a way to get the Tongan death grip over by having it used over and over again and not getting the job done.
Wow. Yo, Rob, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think about that, but that's a good point.
Jesse, come on, brother.
Wow. Please.
I mean, he's just talking about the guy. That's
just his name. Relax, guys.
Yeah. The Cena title vote is going to be just like Cyber Sunday. Millennial Noob's in here. What's good, Millennial Noob? Appreciate you. It's Sing Along with Hubs. Let Hubs rock, man. Someone said between MLB, NHL, and the NBA, Philly is still processing what went wrong.
Wow, touche.
Yeah, it's been a rough one, man, Sean. It's been rough. So yeah, it looks like B won out for the grade from the chat for Backlash. We're gonna put that away, tuck that away, and Sean, first, before we get into Backlash, I wanted to give you a second to speak about Ted Turner from whatever perspective or influence he had on your life. I'm not saying you gotta get in the Captain Planet and everything else, but I wanted you to just be able to speak on Ted Turner here for a second because we didn't get your thoughts.
Don't know Ted Turner personally, didn't know him personally, but I have a great deal of admiration for Ted Turner because Ted Turner really, really liked professional wrestling. And Ted Turner was not afraid to take his millions and millions and millions of dollars and invest it into pro wrestling. Ted Turner gave Eric Bischoff 2 hours on a Monday night. And when we all saw that the Westminster Dog Show was on USA on that Monday night in September of 1995. For the very first time, we didn't have to say, "Oh, there's no wrestling on tonight," because we turned the TNT and we saw Sting versus Ric Flair, and we saw Big Bubba versus Hulk Hogan, and we saw Lex Luger debut, and we saw Jushin Thunder Liger versus Brian Pillman.
Had to make sure that got in there.
And we saw great wrestling outside of WWE, and that ride took us about 5 years. So for to the Fonda family, the Turner family, and everybody in between, rest in peace and Godspeed.
Yes, most definitely. If you are around me and Sean's age, the guy's probably responsible for a lot of the television you consumed during your childhood, even whether it's, I know kids don't watch this, but CNN,
Cartoon Network,
TBS, Mama's Family. You probably used to watch that stuff. Saved by the Bell reruns. They had it all over there on TBS. TNT as well. Like good movies. Like when you're going back and just cruising around, you're like, oh, look at this is on. Haven't seen this movie in a while. Like, so yeah, shout out to Ted Turner, man. And honestly, if you named him in your top 5 like most influential people in pro wrestling, I don't think you're wrong. Because they told him to bail out of WCW years ago. Like in 1992, they were like, get out of this. Why are you doing this? And he was like, no. This wrestling was a staple for me in like the late 70s on this network, and it made me a lot of money, and I'm going to see this through. So that was one of the reasons why WCW stuck around so long, even though it wasn't making money, because of Ted Turner. So thank goodness for that.
We have a lot to thank Ted Turner for as it relates to pro wrestling, an alternative to WWE.
He's the reason why Raw got new stages. He's the reason why they had to change their format up, because he gave Eric Bischoff time and money. So, R.I.P. to Ted Turner, man. Let us talk. Show happened Saturday, May 9th, 6 Eastern time. It was one of those in and out shows, Sean. It was quick, I thought.
Yeah, first time that we had a wrestling PLE in WWE since WrestleMania. This is the Fallout, aka the word Backlash. Backlash has had some significant moments, guys. Rock and Austin too. Rock in that epic Triple H match in 2000. Hogan at an advanced age. How you feel about it is up to you. But at advanced age, Hogan coming back to win the title in 2002. There's been some significant moments. Do I feel like the 2026 edition of Backlash had any significant moments? I'd probably say no. Braun Breaker beating Seth Rollins might be considered a significant moment, depending on what happens next. Fatu going the distance with Roman Reigns, it could mean something depending on what happens next. But as Conrad and I get ready to break this show down, I'm sure you'll hear conflicting analysis on how the show went. But it's good to see Roman Reigns on a pay-per-view other than WrestleMania. It's good to see him defending the championship. It's good to see WWE making an attempt to give us some high-quality matches. I don't think it was a dud of a show. I don't think it was a home run, but it was serviceable.
Yeah, I've seen some people try to say this is the greatest Backlash ever. I'm like, pump your brakes.
Greatest Backlash ever?
Yeah.
What? Yo, you're kidding. Somebody actually put their lips together and said some crap like that?
Yes.
Yo, no, Conrad.
If I'm lying, I'm flying. My feet are on the ground, bro.
Just bear with. I did hear you, but I need you to say it again. You're telling me that somebody told you that this Backlash from 2 days ago was the greatest Backlash of all time?
They didn't tell me. They told the old socials.
Oh my God. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Wow, that's sad. 2000s Backlash is the greatest of all time. Yeah, I'm probably right there with
100%, Vinny.
Yeah.
And you know what? All the way down to like Scotty 2 Hotty versus Dean Malenko. Like that pay-per-view was really good.
For the light heavyweight championship.
Yes, DX versus Edge and Christian. That was a good show.
Yeah. And you can't go wrong with Rock versus Triple H, not gonna lie.
Yep.
We open up the show we are here with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker in this one. I thought this was it was good. I don't know. I'm not mad at it. You know, I thought it was a good matchup here between these two. I know some people were getting on Seth for missing the spots that are the Osprey spots for it in the match, but I still thought he recovered nicely, and I got to give props to Braun Breaker. He did show, like, okay, that we made a mistake there. I got to give people something worthwhile because we messed up a cool spot. I'm going to do a moonsault real quick. So Braun Breaker did think quickly, like clothesline, boom, stay there, bro. I'm about to do this, and let's get back to where we were. Good on him. They had some interference in this one with Theory and Logan Paul in them coming out, and they had to eat some chair shots from Seth. Paul Heyman got involved. Sean, did this match do anything to win you over this feud? Maybe Braun Breaker looked a little different in your eyes? Anything?
Look, Braun Breaker is a very good athlete. And clearly WWE sees something in him. Conrad, and I got to admit, some of the chat as well, has been trying to prep me for this, to get myself at least mentally prepared to see what is going to happen. Possibly as early as spring of 2026 or 2027, excuse me. Braun Breaker is being groomed to be the next big thing. There's no question about that. Him and Braun and Obafemi are primed and ready to move forward. I think Oba's a little bit further along, but Braun Breaker is on that cusp as well. I don't like it. I'm not going to sit up here and say they had a bad match. I thought they did very well to open the pay-per-view. Breaker is the future, Vinny. I see what you're saying, but for me, and I won't go down the line with it too much. I've already made very clearly what my thoughts are. I don't see it. I think he's a freakish athlete that has a lot of character development to do. But I mean, as far as the match was concerned, I thought it was athletic. I thought it was entertaining. I thought there were a lot of near finishes, which is always good for a pay-per-view match. I think Seth did a good job. I think Braun Breaker did a good job. I just don't see Braun Breaker as my future world champion, but obviously a lot of people do.
I think he's good as long as he's got Heyman in there. I
That
really can't.
helps. That definitely helps.
Yeah, the moment Heyman leaves, Sean, and he's not in the spot that he needs to be in, then we can press the concern button. Like, uh-oh.
Look, I mean, again, I don't want to sit up here and be fake. Like, I don't like Braun Breaker. That doesn't mean that I'm right. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, right. I'm not right all the time. I mean, I use this as an example because everybody knows this example, so it's very easy to bring up. I thought Jey Uso deserved to be world champion in 2025, right? I was right. A lot of people disagreed with me. That's fine. A lot of people disagree with me with my take on Braun Breaker. I could be wrong. I mean, it's clear that I'm wrong because WWE is hitching their wagon to this guy. That's okay. When I watch him, I'm not moved.
Yeah, if you're getting PLE matches, you're doing something right.
Well, I mean, you called it, Conrad, so I'm going to give you your flowers, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it. When he comes to the ring, I just don't feel it. He's not Brock Lesnar. He's not. And you know what? And honestly, he's coming along at a time, Conrad Cushman, where and this is very poignant, Conrad. I wasn't planning on saying this. He's coming along at a time where Obafemi is coming along.
I think Oba's taking that spot from him.
Well, thank you. And I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it because if I say, Sean doesn't like Braun Breaker, Sean's being a hater. Like, Oba's that, my guy Derek, God bless you, brother. Oba has, in my mind, he has taken that spot. So I guess the question is, what's Braun Breaker going to do to take it back?
That's up to these guys to figure out how to get it back from him because right now he is on fire. What's Sean's famous phrase? Hot as fish grease right now. So you got to make sure that you get with it. And crazy enough, he's not to be seen on the show at all. But you can tell people wanted him.
Yep. Matter of fact, they were chanting his name.
Yeah. Oba's that guy. Oba is Ova. Somebody wrote in the chat, MJB. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And he's kind of one of the things I'm more interested in on the WWE programming side of things. So, I think Braun Breaker, like you said, Sean, big hope for him in the future. And we'll see where this goes. It sounds like Seth's not done with this vision stuff yet. This was my fear with this. Like, I don't know how long this is going to continue, but
if you don't mind, I'd like to make a little bit of analogy, if I may. I look at Braun Breaker the way I looked, past tense at Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed. I apologize. At Braun Strowman. a lot of people were like, yo, this guy, like, hitch your wagon to this guy. He's the future. And I'm like, just because he's big and he's a tremendous athlete. But to me, it's like, bro, like, I didn't see it with him. And look, he won the main event of WrestleMania 20, right? I mean, whatever. WrestleMania 36. Okay, whatever. Against Goldberg. To me, Braun, how do I put this? Braun, what's his name again? I'm just drawing a blank again.
Braun Strowman?
Braun Strowman to me had no business beating Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar or any of those guys. When people were clamoring for him to get over that hump, I'm like, what do you guys see? Like, I don't see it. And it's the same thing with Braun Breaker. You look at this guy and it's like, I'm trying, Conrad. I'm like, let me make a concerted effort to try and see. Okay, he's a tremendous athlete. We enjoy the whole Twitch thing, and he's not a good promo. He's not. Yo, did anybody besides me think when he did Seth Rollins' voice by putting his nose like this that was corny? That was corny. That wasn't fun. That was corny.
And to think someone wrote that probably.
To me, look, we get to move on, but Strowman, I put Strowman and Braun Breaker in the same category.
Guy will gamble. I saw what you put here for about Braun. I don't want to say that about Braun because I don't want to minimize what he did. I think Braun and Roman had tremendous chemistry together, and I truly mean that. Like, I thought they had really good chemistry. The issue was that they never wanted to go all the way with Braun. Could you have done something? Maybe people would have felt it, but you didn't. They didn't believe in it enough to do it. So,
and I don't want to go on a Braun Strowman rant. It's just that's how I look at Braun Breaker. I look at him as a very talented big man that could probably lift up a car, but I don't see him as the face of the company. But clearly, WWE disagrees. I mean, WWE looks like they're about to hitch their wagon to Braun Breaker. I don't see it, but I guess I'm gonna have to live with it.
He's number 2 right now, I think, on the scale of new guys getting the big push. Braun didn't main event WrestleMania 36. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Respect, Miracle. That was the in-ring main event. I mean, with all due respect to AJ Styles and with all due respect to The Undertaker, cinematic matches don't. I'm sorry. I love AJ and I love The Undertaker. Cinematic matches don't count.
I like that match.
No, I'm not saying I didn't like. See, I didn't say I didn't like it.
I said I liked it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, great. Well, let me clarify. I liked it too. In the ring, that was the last match of the night. I don't. Okay, so, to me, it's hard to. We can argue that all day. But fine. Okay.
It was a weird WrestleMania too. To be fair to everybody.
Exactly.
Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I was just pointing out how he got that particular opportunity. I think Braun was solid though. Yeah. No. I just don't want to. I don't want to poo-poo on his accomplishment either. Just
we don't have to poo-poo, but I think Guy Will Gamble's point is very poignant. I think that at the end of the day, if Roman Reigns is healthy or doesn't want his health compromised, you got to understand, he won the title that night.
Did he win it once or twice? How did we get on Braun Strowman? This is crazy.
We're talking about Braun Strowman in relation to Braun Breaker. I think it's the same thing.
Interesting. Yeah, weird WrestleMania. For sure. Braun was that placeholder for Roman, simple as that. Hey, listen, everyone has the right to feel how they feel about that. And all the lead up going into it. We'll see what becomes of Braun Breaker in the future.
Braun Breaker is going to be the next world, not the next, but one of the next world heavyweight champions. That's it. It's going to happen. I just don't like it. And, I think a lot of people, Conrad Cushman, including you, are going to look back and say, wow, Sean was right. This guy has no business carrying around that strap.
We might. Doesn't it happen to everyone eventually? They might turn on Oba one day. We're all sitting up here now like, Oba. I'll let me 2-3 years and we'll see what's happening.
Right.
This guy never loses. Oh my goodness.
Well, I have no idea what you're talking about, how people can turn on people. I have no idea.
You 100% know.
Mm-hmm.
Going into the next match, and we got some extracurriculars to talk about with this one. Mm-hmm. Sean, I'm going to say this. I do not like this feud.
You don't like the feud, okay?
I do not like how this has been put together. I do not understand the story that they are trying to do going into this.
Mm-hmm.
Trick Williams versus Samuel Zayn.
Sammy Bartholomew Zayn. Gotcha.
Please tell me you watch SmackDown. I
Did I
have to
watch
know.
SmackDown? Yes, I watched SmackDown, and that was a disgrace.
The Gingerbread Man segment. Chat, you got to tell me how you feel about this, please. Like 100% in all seriousness. The Gingerbread Man segment, here's the weird thing. So I watched it with Rob and Derek, actually, and they ended up laughing at spots in it just because. And I was just like, we spent like 4 segments on this, Sean, but Ray Phoenix can't get a match. Dragon Lee, there's no time for you to do this, but we got Gingerbread Man segment and acted a fool. Some people are like, well, Trick got to close out the show and everything with that. My issue with this whole thing is, and then it got compared to the attitude.
Yeah, Emleezy and BJ, I see you.
They ended up like comparing it to the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era. I saw Jesse. Did you see him going back and forth with people about it? Like they were like, from the same era that had the birth of Mae Young's hand and all that. That's goofy too. And I'm like, there's a difference though with that too. And I thought Jesse kind of articulated it very well. It was that, this is what I said to it. It made sense. All the storyline made sense leading up to it. Like, as ridiculous as it may have been, fine. They do it, okay, ha, 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 whatever. They thought it was funny. It wasn't. But you're bringing up one little piece of an era that was something bad. They pulled up Kanyon coming out of the box singing The Undertaker. Once again, that made sense with the storyline where they were going. This storyline sucks. Sami Zayn is being bullied, and I should feel sorry for Sami Zayn, but the people are cheering for Trick Williams. This is dumb, Sean. This is dumb. He has a right to be upset by some of this stuff, and it just comes off as super weird. At this point, I'm like, you know what? If I'm WWE, just turn them both, have Sami go heel, and have Trick be a babyface, and move forward with it. I don't know where this leaves Carmelo. I don't think he's really getting back into the mix at all, but
well, the
Carmelo
thing is a disgrace. I've kind of let that ship sail. That's a disgrace. He deserves better. As far as the storyline is concerned, I think it's bogus. You know what I think? I think WWE actually put their feet in their mouths by having Sami Zayn say what he said walking down the aisle during that segment. I saw the segment the next morning on Saturday morning on YouTube, and Sammy's walking down the aisle and he's saying, you know, this is the main event segment of SmackDown. This is supposed to mean something. Yeah. WWE, you're stupid because you wrote that into his promo. And that's exactly what people are thinking. You made a mistake because you actually are bringing it to our attention what we really feel. This is the main event of SmackDown, and it does mean something. And what you're doing right now is a complete disgrace.
Yeah.
Sami said it in his promo.
I knew you were gonna definitely agree with that as soon as you heard it. Like, does any of this mean anything to anybody anymore? No,
it's like Sami doesn't. I mean, no, Sami. I'm not blaming Sami. WWE doesn't realize what they wrote into that promo. Like, yes, we agree with you, dummies. We agree. This is garbage.
Yeah. Ooh, SmackDown used to be considered better than Raw. What happened, brother? I couldn't tell you.
I don't know what the heck happened, Emleezy. I don't know what the heck happened at all.
Yeah, Clown said the gingerbread segment was one of those segments where you feel embarrassed for watching if someone walks into the room and catches it on your screen.
I agree, Clown. I believe that's a very solid point. If my woman walked in, or my fiance, that is, if my mother walked in, this is like, what is? It's embarrassing. I mean, to me, you could talk about all the cringeworthy stuff that happens on WWE television. It was embarrassing. I like Lil Yachty. I like Trick Williams. I like Sami Zayn. I maybe don't like Sami Zayn as much as Conrad does, but I like Sami Zayn. That was embarrassing.
Sean, I'm questioning putting the title on him.
That was the main event segment of SmackDown. Just let that wash over you, brother.
Yeah, I do not know, man. I don't know. See, Miracle, it's right there. Joel said I enjoyed the gingerbread segment. Maybe it shouldn't have been the last segment though.
Yo, Joel, we appreciate you, bro. Like, I think your taste is a little bit different than ours, and that's fine. Like, to me, as a diehard wrestling fan, that's a disgrace. That gingerbread segment was a disgrace.
Matt said he would rather watch 3 hours of WCW in the year 2000 than that segment.
Hey, listen, the Natural Born Thrillers were pretty good.
Above, what was his name? Above average Mike Sanders.
That was more entertaining than that. They were more entertaining than this segment.
That name was crazy though. Above average.
You know who I like? I like Perfection.
Yo, no doubt.
Perfection. No doubt. He was a play on Mr. Perfect. Look it up, kids. Perfection Stasiak. And he had similar music to Mr. Perfect. He came out with the music. It was pretty good.
Formerly known as Meat.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, he had Terry and Jacqueline, so he did all right.
Pretty Mean Sisters. Yo, funny time. Yo, bringing up randos right now in every segment is kind of the thing. In what was a fine match, once again, I don't know why we have a babyface person who has a heel helping him cheat, but whatever. Sammy is defeated again. Got the ride or die on the knee pads, but Trick won, which I think is the right move. I think Trick Williams, you've hitched your wagon to this guy, and that's fine. Yeah, it's. I mean,
look, I like Trick Williams and I like Sami Zayn, but this was a disgrace. The match was fine.
They pick and choose. Yo, the chat went off. Here we go. I like Kwee-Wee. Ernest the Cat Miller. Norman Smiley. I don't remember what. Did Ryan Shamrock ever even get a name in WCW? I don't even remember if they gave her one. Crazy times, folks. But Trick wins. I don't like this feud. End this feud for all things that are on SmackDown. Please end this. Please. I beg of thee.
Just another TV match on pay-per-view.
Well, speaking of that, we move forward to Danhausen and a mystery partner Hausen versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. And I have to say this. Can I start with the positives first, Sean?
Yeah, if there is any.
Shout out to Miz for finding a way to get on a PLE in 2026 because that spot is coveted with only 5 matches usually on these cards. The Miz found a way like, nah, I'm going to get on this card, bro. I'm going to find a way. And he found it. He is working with Danhausen. And were you a little bit surprised by Danhausen's choice of a partner?
In the immortal words of Lance Storm, may I be serious for a minute? Pay-per-view or PLE opportunities are rarefied air. Rarefied air. You may not make it on WrestleMania, but if you make it on a PLE, you're supposed to be doing something right. This is a disgrace. This is an absolute disgrace. If you want to have Danhausen on the show to do a comedy segment, actually, I'll make you laugh and tell you something you wouldn't expect. I was fine with the Danhausen segment with Cena at WrestleMania. Perfectly fine with it. I'm fine, but for him to be in a match, the sanctity of pay-per-view has just gone away, bro. It's gone away. This is a SmackDown or Raw match. And nobody can tell me different. It's a SmackDown or Raw match. There were only 2 pay-per-view quality matches on this card. Excuse me, 3. They went 3 out of 5. They went 3 for 5.
60%.
Yep. They went 3 for 5. There were 3 pay-per-view quality matches on this card. And there were 2 that were not. And that's not good enough when you're paying $30 a month. I mean, let's be real. Let's be honest and real about this thing, guys. You know, I mean, and all jokes aside to our chat, we appreciate you guys. This is me being very real with you guys. 60%, and obviously just to clarify, just in case somebody has lost their minds and don't know the matches I'm talking about, Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, Asuka and Io, and Roman and Jacob Fatu. For $30 a month, my question to you, Conrad, my question to you, Chad, is it worth it? $30 a month for a 60% show. Not to me.
Interesting. BJ said it's not Danhouse's fault for being over and being booked, though. It's not. It's the way that they wanted to present him. I think Sean has an issue with. Here's the thing: the match was what it was. That's fine. If you had a bigger card, I don't think Sean would have minded this as much.
I wouldn't have. Not with 5 matches.
With 5 matches, it raises the levels of everything on the card. So think of those old NXT Black and Gold shows. When you said, okay, there's only 5 matches, okay, I'm expecting hit after hit after hit, so let's go. And when you got that, it works. But when you get something where you feel underwhelmed, disappointed, it hits even more.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to say it loud. Are you ready?
Are you?
No, not like that. I like that. I'm asking you to answer loudly. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The Women's United States Championship. The Women's Tag Team Championship. The World Tag Team Championship. The WWE Tag Team Championship. I don't know. Let's think. The Usos. Solo Sikoa. Those people and those championships were not on Backlash. But Danhausen, with his little partner and The Miz, and this novelty comedy act. Thank you, Guy Will Gamble. That's the one I was forgetting about. Penta, the Intercontinental Champion. Those people were not on this show. For the people watching on ESPN Unlimited for $30 a month, those people were not on this show, Conrad Cushman. Cody Rhodes was not on this show. Gunther was not on this show. We know they're going to be in Paris, but this is
Italy,
excuse me. These are prime real estate. And I'm not joking, Conrad. You know me. I'm being very serious and genuine right now. This is prime real estate, bro, that you're giving away to for undeserving matches where people have paid their heart. $30 a month. This is not the network anymore. We're not paying $9.99 anymore, Conrad. We're not. We're not paying $9.99 anymore.
Yeah, listen, I think you and BJ, if you combine both your points, is right. And I think Clown comes in with an even excellent point, too. The first 2 matches we talked about were free. The rest of this was the $30 now because you gave away the first 2 for free.
Oh, my God. I guess I didn't even think of that. Wow.
Right? So,
yo, Clown, shout out to Clown. Yo, I didn't even think about, oh, my goodness. That's true. So, that makes it so much worse.
Millennial Noob, another good shout. And shout out to Deanna and Crump. I appreciate you guys. I saw your comments in here earlier, too. I don't want you to think I forgot about you.
Yeah. Shout out to Noob. Shout out to M. Leezy for Sheezy. Look at all these names. Look at all these names. I mean, help, Conrad. You've always been the straight man between the two of us. I've been the nut, the crazy one. You've always been the straight man. For the love of all that is holy and righteous, explain to your brother that logic.
Of why they do this? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Okay. Apparently they see value in this of some sorts. To be different. Did you know who the mini was in the match?
I did not.
It was the former El Torito. So some people didn't know that, but
that's great. Okay.
They brought out a bunch of minis. I will say I did laugh at one part in the match, and I have a photo of it.
Mm-hmm.
When Miz picked up the mini for the Skull Crusher finale, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed. I started laughing because what else could you do at this point? He picked him up like I don't know, dude. It looked like someone just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this move, and the feet are dangling, and I just laughed. I didn't know what else to say. I'm like, this is what Miz has got to do in this day to get on these matches. I thought Kit Wilson looked good, and shout out to Kit, because listen, who knows when Kit Wilson's gonna get another opportunity like this? So
I'm glad he got a chance to shine. Conrad, here's the biggest thing, and I want you to really internalize this. And as somebody who's a married man, I'm soon to be a married man. I was watching Backlash before my girl took me out for my birthday dinner. We celebrated my birthday a day early because Sunday was Mother's Day. And my girl walked into the room. She was like, Sean, what happened? Like, what's you don't look like you're watching wrestling. You don't look like you're having fun. I mean, does that not say it all, people? Like, I mean, I hate to, and I want the chat to let me know, Sean, you're kind of ODing, or Sean, I agree with you. WWE is just not as fun as it used to be. It's not.
I think that we are in rarefied air, Sean, as you know, some of the chats that we run in on saying that. I think we are the ones that come off as the weirdos, but I think that we have seen in, dare I say, lived and watched better times. And I'm just like, you could be doing so much more than this, but I'll save my last thought. Remind me when we get into this. Actually, no, I'm going to pose it now. Then people can kind of chew on this and tell me at the end of this if you guys think I'm right. Sean, BJ mentioned this to me a while ago too. He feels like he sent me a video where they were talking about maybe WWE's dumbing down their product on purpose. I was like, you could be right after hearing that, right? Do you think that this is another example that you use all the time of the bar is here for WrestleMania? So you guys put on Backlash and you're here. Like this is night 1, night 2. Let's say night 2 and Backlash are equal. And then night 1's here. And you're thinking of how bad night 1 was, comparing it to Backlash. And you're like, Backlash was a really good show.
Oh, so that's the lie.
Was it that good?
They're trying to Jedi mind trick us? Is that what's going on?
You get what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't so bad because we've been given a lot of slop for the last couple months, right?
Right.
So it's weird. Someone could just tell me. Ooh, Miracle's agreeing with you. This is not the same company. Hubs is absolutely correct on that. Guy Will Gamble says. Quills agrees too. It's worse if it's on purpose. I'm telling you. Yo, BJ sent me that, and I thought it was a really good listen. Matt says, M. Leezy says, I agree. I'm not enjoying WWE as I used to. It's like a chore to get through to a point. I put something else to enjoy myself, whether another wrestling show or something streaming on Twitch.
There you go.
That's crazy, though, to think. Like, this used to be something that would captivate people.
Absolutely.
And now it's just there. So, going back into this, obviously, Danhausen and the Mini ended up getting the victory here, which was fine. I have no issue with that. Can you see people getting burnt out on Danhausen? This is a new WWE audience, Sean. Will they get burnt? He's been on Raw and SmackDown a lot.
Conrad, one thing I'm always going to do. Look, when I always, what example I'm going back to that I always go back to, right? What am I going to talk about?
Depends on which thing. There's a lot of things.
I'm talking about me making points, and people may not agree, but I'm always going to tell the truth. What point do I always refer back to?
There's a lot. There's the Snickers. There's
no, not my analogies. What wrestler do I always go back to?
HH?
No, Jey Uso. So.
Oh no, I was trying to avoid this.
No, it's not going to be a long thing. I'm just saying when I talk about Jey Uso and how he deserved to be champion in 2025, right? So I'm going to tell the truth, whether you like it or not. So what I'm saying, to answer your question, Danhausen is over. I'm not going to lie to you. He is over with the fans, especially with the young fans. But there has to be a better way, Conrad. That's what I'm trying to say, chat. That's what I'm trying to say, Conrad. There has to be a better way. You cannot give him a semi-main event pay-per-view slot. Or, excuse me, it wasn't a semi-main event. It was right in the middle. You can't give him a main event or a big-time slot on a pay-per-view because he makes people laugh. So Doink the Clown deserved to be like, I'm not talking about Doink Prime Doink when he was running around with Crush at WrestleMania. I'm talking about like Doink, like the novelty act Doink. So you're telling me that this Dan, I can't even talk. Danhausen deserves to be on Backlash as an in-ring competitor? Really?
And I think, and let me just make sure Sean's point's never lost in this if we make shorts out of any of this or something. Sean's point is there's only 5 matches.
There's only 5. Thank you, Conrad, for clarifying. There's only 5 matches. Danhausen has worked very hard to cultivate a character, to create a character, to live a character that is putting money on his wife and kids' table. I'm not mad at that. I'm saying Backlash was 5 matches, and he got one of them while the Women's United States Champion, while the Intercontinental Champion, while both sets of tag team champions were not on the show. How does that make sense?
It's there. It's there. Sammy made people laugh during his time with the Bloodline, and we got some really funny stuff. Joel, I will not disagree with you there. I thought that stuff was actually funny. The gingerbread man.
You know what? Okay. You know what, Conrad? I was wrong. I've been wrong this whole time. If it makes us laugh, that makes it okay. You know what? By the way, Conrad, is why I buy wrestling pay-per-views, to laugh. What are we talking about?
Well, I think comedy does have its place in wrestling.
It does, but come on. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know, but you get what I'm saying too, though, right? I'm just trying to not completely poo-poo on Joel's point here.
No, I'm not poo-pooing on nothing, but come on, man.
You need some comedy in here, for sure. And that's fine and dandy. But I also see your point, though. When you're I love the phrase prime real estate. That might be just business student me, but prime real estate means something when you say that. Like, these 5 matches are coveted. So if you're going to do it, you are one of the people that we trust that we're going to put in one of these matches to hold it down and put on a heck of a show. And that's what that means. So I get it.
No, Conrad, I'm sorry again. This is why I'm happy this is my show as much as it is yours. Because I always give you top billing because you're my big brother, and actually you're my little brother, and I love you, bro. But this time I'm pulling rank. Joel, please tell me. Highlight, you know exactly what comment I want you to highlight, Conrad Cushman. Joel, please tell me that you are not comparing Chris Jericho and the list to Danhausen. Please. And I am dead serious. Please don't tell me that's what you're comparing it to. I'm going to leave it at that. Chat. I don't care if it was the list. I don't care. I don't want Danhausen and Jericho in the same sentence. They don't belong in the same paragraph. Point blank, period. Let's move on. That pissed me off. Now I'm being honest now. And Joel's a good friend of ours. That pissed me off. We're going to put Chris Jericho and Danhausen in the same sentence?
I honestly don't remember the segment he's speaking of.
I don't remember. It doesn't even matter what segment he's talking about, Conrad. And look at my face, Conrad. Does it look like I'm kidding?
No. Listen.
I don't want Chris Jericho and Danhausen in the same book, much less the same sentence. Chris Jericho 2016, Chris Jericho 2017, Chris Jericho 1992, Chris Jericho 2026, and Danhausen should not be in the same sentence. Absolutely not.
Yo.
Let's move on.
How are we getting comparisons to Jericho and Dan? Yo, each segment so far, this is what in the different people.
And chat, you tell me if I'm wrong. Chat, you tell me right now if I'm wrong. And I am dead serious. Because this is what pisses me off. And I'm going to reiterate myself again. Joe is a wonderful friend of the show. But I will not sit here on my show with Conrad Cushman and allow anyone to put Chris Jericho and Danhausen in the same sentence. And yet, chat, you tell me if I'm wrong.
I forgot about that clown. I forgot that he did book that where they were a tag team. Yo, hilarious. Yeah. Jericho teamed with Danhausen. Yes, they did.
That doesn't. That, I hear what BJ said. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about levels. Conrad, let's move on. Let's move on, Conrad. Let's move on, Conrad. I'm asking you. Let's move on, please. So, yeah. All right. I think I'm not sure if anybody hears Conrad. Help me out, chat, and let me know if Conrad's still in here, because I got a delay on my side. Let me know if y'all hear the same thing I'm hearing, chat, which is nothing right now. Okay, Conrad froze. So until Conrad gets back, thank you, Delayed Rats. Thank you, guys. Thank you, God Will Gamble. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, everybody. The situation for me as we continue this show and wait till Conrad gets back, pro wrestling is not what it used to be, guys. And what we have to do is we have to come to a realization that are we going to just continue to stand for this and pay our hard-earned money for this or not? See, people ask me all the time, Sean, why do you hold on to the Usos, to Roman Reigns, people like that so hard? Because there's this feeling of Sean, the bloodline is not everything. But you know what? The bloodline, the reason why I hold on to the bloodline is because the bloodline at least was entertaining. What I'm watching right now, Obafemi looks like he could be the future. Okay? Obafemi looks like he could be the future. We might have something to hold on to. I like Jacob Fatu. I do. I like Jacob Fatu. I like a lot of what WWE is doing with those guys. But at the end of the day, this is why, and I'm going to go on record because I'm just going to roll with this, guys. AEW is better than WWE. Period. It's time that we stop acting like we don't understand. Conrad, come on back, brother. It's about time that we start acknowledging the elephant in the room. All Elite Wrestling is better than WWE.
What has happened?
Because that we need to acknowledge that, because what happened at Backlash is unacceptable. World champions are sitting at home while Danhausen takes up prime pay-per-view real estate. Let's move on, Conrad. And welcome back.
Sure. Thank you, good sir. Thank you. Next up, it must have been John Cena. He must have not wanted me to bring up this segment. Mr. John Cena comes out after this, Sean, and he has an announcement. I don't know what's up with the pinstripes and all that, but he came out and he wanted to let the people know how much he cares. They definitely booed about him talking about his retirement match. Hopefully that's a point that they stick to. Mm-hmm. But remember this when people think about this 10 years from now when it's going to be no, that match was great. What are you talking about? History is written by the winners. John Cena announces that they are going to have, Sean, the John Cena Classic. This is Conrad. It sounds like, because apparently they're still working out the details. Sounds like there's going to be. He loved that part of his finale on Saturday night's main event. They had NXT guys versus WWE guys. So what are they going to do, Sean? Sean, look up. Come on. Stay with us here. They are going to make a tournament where it doesn't matter if you win. It doesn't matter if you lose. If the people vote for you, that's how you become the John Cena Classic champion. I throw it to you.
I'm not going to go on as long of a rant as I did about the Jericho Danhausen thing. That's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. You can lose the match and still win the championship. That's stupid. It's stupid. They're picking for straws at this point. They're picking. You can lose the match. Oh, well, you can lose the match, but as long as you can still win, but you can lose. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Game show type stuff.
It's ridiculous.
I'm not a fan of those are going to be what the stipulations are for it. I think that's silly. If you want to do a tournament, do a tournament. If you want to do a contest, then make it a contest and make it a show where people can vote on it. Do Tough Enough Online or something then. But I personally don't like the mixing, and then people are going to vote for who's the champ, even though you may lose. Could turn into a popularity contest, I think someone said, if it was legit. And then the other side of it is maybe WWE's just going to handpick who they want in that spot anyway. So we'll see. I hope they iron out the details better. That's what I'll say. I'm going to keep hope alive for this a little bit. Like, okay, well, maybe they'll fix it afterwards, because what Cena said did not sound like fun. Did not sound good. And I fear when you don't have ideas hammered out before you have someone come out there to speak about them.
I love what Clown just said. You probably have to join and pay for Club WWE in order to vote.
Ooh.
That's probably going to be a marketing sale, a marketing pitch.
Nah, son, we done.
Yo, see the chat? I know the chat's feeling me, Conrad. Whether I'm talking about this, whether they're talking about this, we're talking about this stupid Danhausen guy being, again, respect to him and making money for his family, but him being put on a WWE pay-per-view instead of champion after champion after champion. This idea where losers can still win. Like, losers can still win. So you can lose and still win. Right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
If I never told you this, Sean, and I hope you're probably a believer in this as well, when people say wins and losses don't matter in pro wrestling, they're not the only thing, but they definitely matter. They definitely matter.
Conrad, and this is not directed towards you. Conrad, losses don't matter. It's supposed to be implied. It's not supposed to be said out loud. John Cena just got on a worldwide pay-per-view and said, losing doesn't matter. He didn't imply it like you just implied it accurately. He said it out loud. I'll be back. I'll be back.
So yeah.
Oh my God!
John Cena Classic, man, definitely coming up. Maybe in July. Maybe it'll be something. Maybe it'll be some kind of tournament that we'll all clamor for in the future. I hope they can clean it up. That's where I'll leave it at. Next up for Noob in the chat, because I'm interested to get his thoughts on this one. We had Io Sky versus Asuka. We finally are going to put a stamp, a bow on this feud that has been going on. No Kairi Sane, because we had to get rid of people, which I think is ridiculous. And I heard that the rumors were that they tried to call her back for this, and I hope she said no. You would have went straight to voicemail. Do not call me. I do not want to hear from you for at least 3 months. Have a good day. They ended up doing this match, and Asuka is fantastic, I thought, in this one. Asuka came out with the gear. Asuka was out here Asuka's fantastic. I think Asuka has never got her just due in the company. That's me talking. But yes, Sean, you're back.
I just needed some water.
Little quality H2O.
Oh,
you're all right now?
I'm getting there. Losing doesn't matter, but it's all good.
B-Boy, what's good? I did not, but I did see what the title of it was called. I have it in my watch later. Matt Lopez said this was his match of the night.
I can't be mad at that. It was fantastic.
Rob, you're fired for this, just for saying this.
Hey, Rob, hey.
No lies detected, though.
There you go. I don't see where he lied.
Io Sky put in another fantastic position here. What did you think of this match, though? I thought this was really good.
You're talking about two of the finest professional wrestlers in all the world. Like they have amazing chemistry. They're two of the best female competitors in the entire world. I mean, Io's fantastic. Asuka's fantastic. I mean, it's a crying shame that this wasn't on WrestleMania. And now we're hearing rumors that Io's leaving. I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Asuka.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Asuka's leaving. It's a shame because I love Asuka. I respect Asuka. I love Io too.
Yeah, and we'll flip that. Io ended up getting the win, but after the match, you knew something was off when they shared the hug. They gave an embrace, and it was one of those serious
they're
things.
considered enemies in the storyline, so why would they exactly?
And the bow, and then all week on social media, shout out to our friends at Dirt Sheet Radio for this. They were putting up Frank Sinatra My Way. Asuka put up the verses for that, and a picture of her just staring out into the window. A bunch of people put up. I think Nakamura put up a picture. Bailey put up a picture. The rumor is, if you believe Dave Meltzer, Sean, semi-retired. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Sounds like
there, but she could be taking a break. You never know.
Said she'll still be involved with WWE, like she's staying WWE adjacent, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. But if this is it for Asuka, if she is going to hang it up, what do you think of her entire career, Sean? Because she came from NXT, super popular, made her way up. She was very successful.
I mean, if you're asking me what Hall of Fame. Doesn't really need much else needs to be said. Like, Asuka is a first ballot Hall of Famer in my book.
I will agree with that. The undefeated streak that surpassed Bill Goldberg. Just saying that because I know it'll make him mad. The Asuka was fantastic. One of my favorite wrestlers. Oh, Noob said this is my match of the year. Okay. I wish the story could have played out better.
May. I'm not mad at him. It's only from January to May. It might be the match of the year.
Yeah, and he said that Asuka's going to turn face. We'll see. Asuka's Hall of Fame bound. One of the better Japanese talents booked by WWE. Yes. Anytime I hear My Way, my brain goes to Limp Bizkit. Just one. No, this is Frank. I did it my way. Whatever it goes. All right. That's the only line I know from the song. Charlotte should have never ended the streak.
Regrets. I've had a few. That's how it starts.
Oh, we got a New York guy right here. We should have known. Yep. We should have known better. Yep. I'm looking forward to this. I hope Io's not regulated going back to just being with Rhea Ripley and helping with that feud with Fatal Influence. Like,
I actually want her to turn heel, though. That's what I want.
I think that might be the better move and have her feud with Rhea. But when do you do that? They're going to wait for a bigger show.
For me, Io versus Rhea at SummerSlam would be fantastic.
I think you gotta hold off too for time though, too. Like if you want Rhea to get some defenses in, because Io's gonna be someone I think people might clamor for to beat her. So
yeah, but like I said something. Oh, you don't think August is far enough?
It could be. No, August is. My brain's going to those dates you sent me earlier. Got some big stuff planned for you guys.
August 1st. Yeah, August 1st or 2nd.
Yeah, so around that time. So what? 3 months from now? Yeah, I mean that should be fine. Build up to it and then see what happens with that. People are saying Asuka's the GOAT. Zach Minger, what's good? What's good, bro? Io should be chasing Liv Morgan. They could do that if they wanted to.
Yo, I'm not mad at that, Emleezy. I'm not mad at that, but I think the sexier choice would be her turning heel on Rhea.
I think it's the more interesting choice for future programs and stuff. Yeah. And keeping the same people involved.
Let her show some layers. She's been heel before.
Yeah, for sure. Apologies, Sean, if my mic cuts out.
No, there's nothing to apologize about because I didn't hear anything.
Oh no, I muted it. I'm telling honest viewership here. I had a cough there for a second, so if you hear a blank, Sean, fill in.
He pressed the mute button like the executive producer that he is. Nobody would have known a thing.
Let me clear my. Okay, I'm kidding. All right, moving on to the main event.
Yeah.
Which I thought this was very interesting, well built up. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Battle of the Tongan Death Grip. Sean, you are super invested into this. I'm going to you. You are the default bloodline aficionado out of the two of us. Is that fair to say?
I appreciate that.
So, how did you feel about the setup for this match? And let's just talk about the outcome of it. I thought they wrestled a fantastic match.
They did. They put
until where BJ said the finish, though, where I was like, why did you do that?
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, the bloodline situation is very intriguing. I said it while you were while you stepped away for a couple seconds that the bloodline still continues to be the most attractive thing or interesting thing in all of WWE. I think even more than Cody Rhodes. I think even more than somebody like, I don't know, the women's titles. Like, I think the bloodline continues to reign. So the element or the elephant, I should say, in the room about who the Usos are going to align with, will Solo return to the fold? Will Sami Zayn return to the fold? And more prominently right here and now, what's going to happen with Jacob is entertaining stuff. We all knew Jacob was not going to win that match. But at the end of the day, we wanted Jacob to do well. We wanted Jacob to put on. We wanted Jacob to be in a position where when this match was over, he'd be better than what he was when he walked in. And I think that was accomplished. Now we got to see where it goes from here. Is Jacob Fatu being groomed to be the next World Heavyweight Champion? Is Jacob Fatu going to be in a position where come Paris or possibly, Paris Money in the Bank-ish? No, that's not. That's going to be a little bit later. SummerSlam, somewhere down the line. One of the two Saturday night's main events. Is Jacob Fatu going to be in a position to possibly be the World Heavyweight Champion? Time will tell. I'd probably bet no. But what I think is we're going to get a really good consolation prize. And that consolation prize is that eventually, after Jacob fails once again, Jacob will fall in line. And once he falls in line, we'll have a better, bigger, stronger bloodline than we ever had before. We're talking now about World Champion Jey Uso, Big Jim, Jacob Fatu, and Roman Reigns. I think we can be on another wild ride with Roman as the man, be on another wild ride with the Usos eventually after they get through the Street Profits, after the Street Profits probably fail, I'm going on record, fail at winning the tag team championships. They will probably defer back to the Usos, which I have no problem with. And maybe Jacob Fatu will then go after Penta or something. I think eventually the combination of Jacob Fatu, once he challenges Roman again, and I'm going on record, fails again, that he will fall in line. The Usos will unite with him. They will be together, and they will all have a championship belt over their shoulder. And we will all once again be acknowledging the bloodline. And whether you like it or you don't like it, it's the best thing going today. Woo. You know why? Because with all jokes aside, what else did WWE have? Think about it, guys. Think about it, Conrad Cushman. The only thing that's really, you can say Jey Uso's not a world champion, but, I have a stat that says he is, so, okay. Anyway, that being said, he's not the current world champion. He's a world champion. Anyway, my point is this. The saga between Finn Balor being friends with Roxanne and possibly turning on Liv, that's on the table. That's good television. The Usos, along with Jacob, and the saga with them and Roman Reigns, that's good television. Is this situation with Gunther and Cody Rhodes good television? I don't think so. I think it's kind of meh. I mean, you might think that the Seth Rollins situation with the Vision is good television, but that's kind of meh. So at the end of the day, Jacob Fatu challenging one more time, Jacob Fatu failing, and the reunion of the bloodline is what's going to carry, going on record here, Conrad, mark my words, is going to carry WWE into 2027.
Yeah. Interesting to see what BJ said. BJ put heel Roman cheating sucked until people bought in enough, and then it was what it was. Face Roman cheating to win is egregious and makes him look weak. He put, I'm completely disinterested in the bloodline after that ending. And I
BJ,
can see
you're not alone. A lot of people are disinterested. A lot of people don't want to see it be run back again. But my challenge to you, BJ, and my challenge to you, Conrad Cushman, my brother from another mother, is this. If not the bloodline, then what?
I think you're going to have to roll with the bloodline at this point, whether you want to or not.
There you go.
Now, there's ways to do this to where if you're going to have Jacob fall in line, do you need Solo right away? No, but you can eventually get there. Do you need Sammy? No, but you can get there if need be. Now, moving back into where we are with this, let's just say they feud again. He falls in line. Who's to say that the Vision shouldn't be there? And the Vision shouldn't be feuding with them. Move away from Rollins and get into this, in my opinion. And this is just me fantasy booking, holding the pen. You can call me whatever you want.
Call you a guy that could probably write better TV than WWE's writing right now?
even then, though, Roman disappears, and what if the Usos went to Seth Rollins and said, "Yo, can you have our back tonight against the Vision?" And Seth Rollins says, as much as I hate the Vision, I hate your cousin even more, so no. And he doesn't help the Usos one night when Roman's not there. And they're like, "Bro, what's up with this?" Like, no. And they were like, if it helps Roman, he doesn't want to do it. That's just a teaser for later, where you can lead, because you're getting Roman and Seth at a big show later on down the line. Yep. You could do stuff like that. Then you could have Braun Breaker mowing over them, and they need help, and then maybe Jacob steps up into the spot. Do something interesting with this, is what I'm saying.
I want to acknowledge M. Leezy's comment, NWO Silver and Black, and I know what he's talking about. Here's the deal with that. The Usos, Jacob Fatu, and Roman Reigns getting together would not be NWO Silver and Black. It would be good. It would be good stuff. Now, I want to give you credit, M. Leezy, because I will say this. If the rumor comes true that the Bloodline and MFT come together, that would be NWO Silver and Black. That would be overkill.
Yeah. And I wanted to say this too, to be fair to Gunther and Cody, I think that they got placed in they got dealt a bad hand of cards. I think that 50% pay cut stuff, I think it leaked through some of the top contracts too, Sean, where it's like, yeah, we're not going to give you as much. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm out then. Some people don't have a problem saying that. Call me when you need me. And some people might have walked away. And that big Minnesota match that you thought you were going to have, you don't have anymore. So now the favor had to be for a world title shot. Okay, I guess. And now, to me, you're booked in a tough situation where, does Gunther lose to Cody after you've spent all this time building him up? Are you going to feed him to Cody, or are you going to have, I don't know, or do you have Gunther beat Cody, who had a feud going with Randy Orton, and is that over? Where's Randy Orton? Mm-hmm. Lots of questions circulating this. Quill said Roman Reigns Jacob Fatu was good, but the Tongan Death Grip was used way too much, more unnecessary ref shenanigans, and Roman Reigns pulling desperate measures with heelish tactics of old. Yeah, I think they tried to do the whole, he didn't know what he was doing. This is prime real estate for a new faction to come in and take over, like the NWO or Nexus. Could be. I think they're going to go, this is a corporation, BJ. I think they're going to go with old reliable, though. It's right there for them, but we'll see if people will be interested. That's why I mentioned, if we get to the point where MFT and Bloodline come together, we are in that territory of silver and black.
Black and silver.
Yeah. Interesting. But Sean, I guess let's put a pin on this, or let's put a pin in this. What do you think final grade should be for this show? And truly, and tell me if you think I was right with that whole analogy. I used your analogy kind of in reverse. Did it make sense, though? Like, was this show really a good or great show, or was the show really an average show? Don't compare it to WrestleMania. Just look at the show for what it is itself.
I think great being on the table is comical. I would say it was an okay show. I would give this show a C.
C. Straight up C. Same thing for me.
A straight C. No minus, no plus.
I could probably be persuaded into a plus.
I thought the EO match was great with Asuka. I thought that the Seth Rollins Braun Breaker, forget how I feel about Braun Breaker. I thought Braun Breaker and Seth was fantastic, and I thought that Fatu and Roman was pretty good. Yeah. I think the Danhausen thing is a disgrace, and I'm going on record. I think the Danhausen match with the Miz and those guys was a disgrace, and I think the Trick and Sammy was poorly booked.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that storyline, period. I'm over that. I did not like the Cena Classic announcement either. I thought that was something that could have been cool, but you don't have it planned out, so you ruined it for yourselves. Like,
there you go. Sean, imagine that is part of the show, right, Conrad? That's part of the show.
I wish I had a microphone here. We're gonna TikTok this. Imagine I just come out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new concept we're going to start called the Royal Rumble. It doesn't matter if you win. It doesn't matter if you lose. If the fans vote for you, you're going to WrestleMania, dude, and you're going to challenge for the world title. Like, huh? People want to get lost within this. Let them get lost within it. Tell a story in the tournament. Use the tournament to tell a story. Sometimes it might be, old NXT guy does it. Maybe you do one, and I know WWE hates doing this story. It's a story I wish was done in wrestling more often. What about the old veteran who still has it? What if that? Jerry Lynn may not have it all anymore, but Jerry Lynn might have it one more time. Let's ride one more time with Jerry Lynn. Oh, cradle pile driver, and he's just beating everybody. Like you can
Conrad,
do that.
You should give yourself more credit than what you give, because you actually bring up a fantastic point. And there is actually an example of that back in the 90s, and that's Bob Backlund.
Yeah, you can do that stuff though.
Bob Backlund, but can we be? We're not going to go too deep into this, but Bob Backlund was over in 1994.
He was when he beat up Bret Hart for sure. And him and Bret Hart had a match that I always reference, me and you at least. I know we know about this from Superstars, which was fantastic as a babyface. That's why when it happened again, people didn't realize that it was a setup. It was an angle the whole time. I didn't think about that as a kid.
Why do you have to? Why? Now you already raised my hand and congratulated me on a good match 3 times. You know what? Now you're mocking me. Now you're mocking me, Bret Hart. And I'm not going to slap you in the face, and I'm going to put the chicken wing on you, and I'm going to go crazy on you because I already shook your hand 3 times. How many more times do I need to shake your hand?
It was insulting at that point, right? Shout out to Nick. Nick says, I'm hoping this is a recognized, underutilized talent one way or the other. Absolutely, it should be. Absolutely. What I'm saying is...
Who are we talking about?
Just whoever wins that Cena Classic. Like, I hope it's he's
saying that he hopes it's somebody. Okay, I got you, Nick. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I thought that's what King of the Ring was for. So you get what I'm saying? Like, this is the stuff where you got to ask a question like, okay, why are we doing this? And what are we trying to accomplish here?
Yep.
And are we doing King of the Ring? Like, I don't know.
I don't even know if King of the Ring is still a thing.
Yeah, no one would have thought Bob Backlund would become champion in 1994. You got that right.
Nobody would have thought Bob Backlund would be entertaining in 1994.
Listen, when I heard, so I used to watch on Channel 99. This is where the lines are coming through. You might get a picture if you're good. Yeah. Like, baby. I remember Owen Hart's crying to his mother. I was like, she better not fall for this. I have my little action figures. Just imagine me with hair, lots of hair. And I'm down there. I'm just like, yeah. And then I was like, I hear ding, ding, ding. I remember dropping them. I was like, I know she didn't throw that towel in. Bret Hart has lost the World Wrestling Federation Championship. The winner, Mr. Bob Backlund. I was like, bro, there's no way. He cuts that crazy promo, and then thank goodness for Diesel, because Diesel power bombed him in 8 seconds and saved wrestling.
See, I didn't like that. I thought Bob Backlund cut fun promos. I thought Bob Backlund could have kept the title for more than 2 days.
Sean was out there naming all the presidents for him, weren't
That's
you?
Right. Listen. Bob Backlund was here to homogenize you. He was here to scrutinize and homogenize you back to morality.
Oh my goodness!
You kids think you know it all. And that is Mr. Bob Backlund, young man. Yo, look it up, guys. Yo, you know what? Chat and Conrad, I got a treat for you. Guys. Happy Mother's Day to all your mothers. I got a treat for you guys. After this show, stay right here on YouTube and look up Bob Backlund on WWF Livewire. It's the whole show. It's Bob Backlund, Todd Pettengill, and Sonny. And look at me, Conrad. Look directly at me. I dare you to text me and tell me you did not laugh hysterically. Chat, Bob Backlund on WWF Livewire. I promise you will thank me.
Bob Backlund was wild, just so y'all know, for the record. I always felt that world title ring, that was Owen's world title ring that he could have had there too.
Well, yeah, but that stinks because I love Owen.
But they didn't want to be Owen because they were protecting Owen at the same time. So it's weird. It's one of those double-edged swords.
I mean, look, I loved Owen. Owen deserved it, but that doesn't mean Bob Backlund didn't deserve it.
No, Bob did great in that. They gave him that quick run. And listen, how many vets do you know would have been like, yeah, put over this new guy Diesel real quick? They would have said, no, I'm not doing it. And Bob Backlund did it in 8 seconds. Like, let's make him look good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like that. I like, and I like Kevin Nash, but I don't think he should have beat Bob in 8 seconds.
I will never forget his reaction when he wins the title. He does like the, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It felt very like 1994. I just won the NCAA QRSZ championship. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, let's go. But Nash was fun for that. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Bob Backlund told everybody not to eat marijuana. Don't eat marijuana. Like, what are you talking about, Bob? Like, I don't think the king was like, I don't think you eat it. First of all, young man.
Yeah, people are talking about Bob Backlund.
First of all, young man. My name is Mr. Bob Backlund. I love it.
Yo,
see, look at you. You're smiling right now.
That was good stuff during some bad times. Yeah. I'll just say that.
There you go.
Aldo Montoya? All right, so
I heard that.
Sean, Triple Mania 34 is going to have 2 nights. Triple Mania 34 set for 2 nights. Friday, 9/11, and Sunday, 9/13 was announced at Backlash. Does Triple Mania need 2 nights, in your opinion? Like, what are we doing here?
2 nights. Whoa.
It's
I'm
double
excited.
The money, double the fun.
Who gives a crap? No, it doesn't need 2 nights. It's stupid.
I will say, I do think AAA is the best product right now in WWE. Though,
it is, but it doesn't need 2 nights. It's a money grab.
Listen, they're trying to get that. They know people want to see that mask versus mask match. They know what they're doing. They're about to get paid. And actually, no, I think that mask versus mask match is happening sooner than that. But they'll have a big time match ready for that. Maybe Rey Mysterio and Dom. Maybe some type of retirement angle. I don't know, but wanted to make that aware so that way you guys could check out Triple Mania if need be. Dark Side of the Ring, Sean.
Now this excites me.
Well, we usually cover this, Sean, if we are able to.
And we will again, yes.
So it'll start airing on July 7th, 2026. And let's see the episodes that we have. I did not predict probably any of these. TNA and Jeff Jarrett is a 3-part special. I am afraid. I am afraid.
Show some respect.
Have you watched TNA?
Yes, but Jeff Jarrett was a good wrestler. Show some respect.
This has nothing to do with Jeff Jarrett. I'm worried about the TNA.
Okay, I got you. Fair enough.
What are we going to be talking about?
You know what? Fair enough.
It seems like it's going to be a redemption story It'll be a redemption story, I think, with TNA and Jeff Jarrett, because they're still there. If there are things in life that happen, no matter what happens to it or what hits it, there will be few things left. Taxes, roaches, and TNA. They will find a way to survive. Every single time.
Welcome to the 2094 No Surrender.
We will also talk about Paul Orndorff on an episode, which I'm very interested in.
You know,
the big
I'm
boss
going to tell you a key point. I'm going to tell you a key point about the Paul Orndorff one. And obviously no previews or nothing to come out. They need to talk about why Paul Orndorff was not on WrestleMania 3.
Definitely would like to see that. And I also want them to explain his arm as well. For people who never noticed it, but one of his arms was not as muscular as the other one.
There you go.
We also have the Big Boss Man. I'm afraid of the Attitude Era clips that we are probably going to get for this.
Yep.
Big Show, I got a poem for you.
Missy Hyatt, no explanation needed.
Dude, Necro Butcher versus Samoa Joe is a 10-minute match, but this IWA Classic is one to always talk about. If you haven't seen it, I'll wait until you guys see it, and then we'll talk about it. Zach Gowen, very interesting story in pro wrestling, how he got in. They might even talk about how they almost hired the wrong guy. Shout out to the Ace, I'll just say for now. And then Rick Wilson, a.k.a. the Renegade. If you guys have never seen, that was the
Ultimate Warrior lookalike.
Thank you, Sean. I was going to say ripoff, but yeah. But sad
he might have done the Warrior better than the Warrior. I mean, not hard to do that.
He had the Jimmy Hart with him. Yeah.
And they had the nerve. They had the nerve to say it wasn't a Warrior knockoff. Like, what? Who do you think you're kidding?
Who you fooling? Yeah, they definitely tried there. People are yelling at me, put some respect on Dixie Carter's name. Yeah. Necro Butcher, Samoa Joe, I'm seated. Zach Gowen's got to be wild. Yeah.
Shout out to Miracle. Yes, Paul Orndorff was the backup for Andre, but my thing is this, guys. Not going to go too deep into it, but my thing is this. Paul Orndorff fighting Hogan in the cage in Saturday Night's Main Event, the whole night. Okay, maybe he was Andre's backup, but by the time they knew Andre would be there, you can't get him on the card? What the heck?
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
No, listen, Conrad. I really want to go into this for 2 minutes. Yo, he was a mainstay at WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 2, all throughout 1986, going into 1987, completely misses WrestleMania 3, but then is back by the summer and wrestles through WrestleMania, wrestles all the way up to WrestleMania 88, WrestleMania 4 and 88, and didn't, what happened? I need to know what happened, bro.
Always curious to figure out what that situation was. But Dark Side of the Ring will be covered on here. So if you guys are interested, me and Sean will have you covered. And I'm sure we'll give our unique analysis on the shows that happen.
Yes,
wanted to pull this up just so that way you guys could see the Fairway to Hell show that AEW did. Like I said, unique venue, pretty cool. Ended up getting a new national champion in Mark Davis. The Don Callis family wins again, LOL, with a little help from Ricochet. But very interesting show. Love to see them do that again. Last thing, Sean. We have a retirement that was announced today for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Tenzan has finally said that August 15th will be his last wrestling match. Tenzan, if you started watching New Japan like when Okada and all them were coming in, you're like, oh, this is the dude who was always in the 10-man tags. That's what happens when you become older and they're phasing you out in New Japan. Mm-hmm. Tenzan was that boy back in the day. Like, this was a world champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I wanted to just, it's good to see wrestlers retire on their terms and go out on their terms. So wanted to give him some love and show him some respect for that.
It's a blessing when you go out on your own terms, bro.
Yes. Thank you for rocking with me and Sean. As you guys know, Mondays we're always here live at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you checking us out. Got to show some love to my friends tomorrow. AEW Fan Hub, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going to be giving a preview to Dynamite. And then if you want to hear more about Dynamite, me, Derek, Wednesdays after the show, come on in, talk a little pro wrestling with us. I'm going to let Sean get his show out that we have coming up here in 3 days. And then
this Thursday on the HW Weekly channel, Conrad and I will be bringing you a very special edition of Hubbanomics in preparation for Ronda Rousey returning to the Octagon this Friday night on Netflix. On Thursday night on Hubbanomics, it will be a career retrospective for Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Yes, we'll be talking about her MMA rise to stardom through Strikeforce, all the way through her dominance of UFC, the shocking loss to Holly Holm, the shocking follow-up loss to Amanda Nunes, her WWE debut, her WWE departure, her WWE return, and the lack of fanfare that came along with it, and her eventual leaving of WWE for good and eventual return to the Octagon this Friday night. So this Thursday night on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly's channel, HW Weekly's channel, it will be Hubbanomics 46, Conrad, Sean, and you, as we discuss Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
No doubt. Tonight we got Monday Night Raw coming up. I'm sure we're going to get some more fallout from the Roman Jacob Fatu stuff. Jump in our Discord, man, if you guys want to chat live with some folks in there and come talk about, the wrestling that you're watching. Leave us your thoughts on the show. And I'm going to let Sean take us out of here, man, with his wise words, and then we will catch you guys next week. So, Sean.
Yes. I want to say very special thank you to Conrad Cushman. Big shout out to you and your lovely wife, your mom. Happy Mother's Day to all the women in your family. God bless. Shout out to my mother. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. All the mothers out there, we should acknowledge and appreciate. If you have your mom, cherish her. If you lost your mom, Godspeed to you and stay strong. We appreciate the viewership. Everybody in this chat, we appreciate y'all so much each and every Monday night rocking with us. Make sure you check out Conrad and my guy Derek this Wednesday night as we prepare for their wonderful show, the AEW review after Dynamite goes off the air. Be right here on the EPW channel. Once again, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly presents Hubbanomics 46. Ronda Rousey, the ups and downs of her career will be documented by myself and Conrad. And once again, as always, this time next week, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time, be right back here on the EPW channel as EPW and HW Weekly presents Clash of the Podcast. So on behalf of Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. We are Clash of the Podcast. We wish you the very best this evening and always. And as always, we wish you to do this, which is God bless, be encouraged, and evil never prevails. Until next time, later.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Thank you, brother.